Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We are here live and with our next episode of the Saving Par Show. I'm here with Brett Nursky, Matt Thorman, Andrew Turner. How are you guys doing?
Not bad.
Doing all right.
Doing good.
Fantastic. I know Andrew's doing fine because he had a wonderful Saturday.
I did. It involved a few Irish car bombs, a few whiskey shots, and Arkansas beating the KU Jayhawks.
Yeah, that was.
It was a hell of a comeback.
I was happy and sad all at the same
followed
time.
by a glorious.
It was great because while that's going on, Mizzou's getting booked by Princeton, so that was even better.
I know. But here's the deal: I didn't have us winning either way. We weren't leaving the second round. We weren't leaving the second round. I'm a realist, so I know what's coming. But other than that, what's been going on with everybody's lives? I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've talked.
Played some golf yesterday. Figured out half the swing issues, so that was a plus.
Yeah, fantastic.
I fixed half of Andrew yesterday. That was nice.
Yeah,
I've never seen him hit a driver that good. Yep. Yeah.
Fantastic. Where'd you guys? You guys played at Adams Point, didn't you?
Yeah,
dude. Adams is in such good shape right now.
Great shape.
Green. Like everything's
Adams is
nice
always
and
well taken care of. It's always
everything's
well
nice and lush. Like it was great.
The only downside to Adams Point yesterday was we couldn't get a hot dog.
Why? What was wrong with the hot dog?
Nobody was in the bar.
Yeah, the bar was closed.
What the fuck?
That should be illegal. But what time was your tea time?
Like 2.
Too hot?
Were you trying to eat before or after?
No, just in the middle of the round.
At the turn. It was like 3 o'clock.
It was like 3:30, give or take.
Wait. So your tea time was at 2 and the turn was at 3. You guys played 9 holes in 1 hour?
Yeah, dude, we were playing quick.
There was nobody in front of us and behind us. We were just...
Damn, that's like the unicorn, man. Nobody in front, nobody behind.
That's hard to believe because Matt usually hits about 7 balls per shot per hole.
He only did that on hole 18 and I think hole 9, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, because we were sitting there and we were going to have to wait behind a couple people anyway on a couple holes, so I just ripped like...
You literally just said nobody was behind you or in front of you.
Nobody's in front of you. Oh, no, it's way up except...
We caught the people in front of us like on 9 and then on 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still not bad, especially for Adams Point. And actually, the day actually turned out to be really nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It said it was going to be like a high of 39, but it didn't really feel like it. It was actually more like 45 because me and a buddy ran out to Shields, and then we went to Torchy's Tacos. I don't know if you had Torchy's Tacos, but good God, that was so damn good.
Shields, bro? Really?
Yeah.
You like that?
I didn't go for what you're thinking. I went for other reasons.
No, okay.
I don't buy golf stuff from Shields. I will say though, they have a really good selection of apparel. Like
they do.
Travis Matt, they cater more apparel than they cater to anything else. So
they
got Travis Matt.
Hey, and they got swing juice.
Yeah, they have all the good stuff. So
they do have 4-inch wood tees too. It's impossible to find those anywhere else.
Yeah, they had a hat. They had a hat I really wanted, and it was black. On the top of it was a goat, but it had tiger stripes.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that was perfect. But
yeah, you should probably get that hat.
I should get that hat because nobody else will get it. Like only certain people will get that. But good. How about you, Brett? Anything good? Anything going on with the Nursky world? Nope. Just
Brett, am I allowed to come speed sesh at Dick's?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll call it club fitting.
Club fitting. He's
club
demoing.
We can do it at the same time that he's trying to fix my swing. So
fantastic. Yeah, you can do it all at once at Dick's Sporting Goods, St. Joseph, Missouri. Shameless plug, not a sponsor. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Just a reminder, find us on social media at everything is at Saving Par Show. So Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We are at Saving Par Show. You can go there and see what's going on, catch the announcements on the next shows. You can also catch updates on the current NCAA tournament that we have going on. We decided to do a promo, and we had people submit brackets, and anybody who submitted a bracket, you get a chance to play a scramble with us. So we will sign up for a scramble. We will pay for your entry, and you'll come out, basically just bring your clubs and go. We had a really good turnout for it. We got a lot of brackets entered. So far, right now, in first place is a tie for first going into the Sweet 16. Cam 4, and Caleb the Tiger tied for first. Sitting in third place is old Rockford Metcalf. Everybody knows old Rocky. Followed by T Black. He is in fourth place. And 30 Gino 30, you're sitting in fifth place. So again, the winner of that, what we're going to do is we haven't picked the scramble yet. We're going to pick probably something come end of May, June, maybe even July if we have to go that far out. But we're going to find a good one, and then we're going to work with whoever wins so that we can coordinate and make sure that everything is good to go and they're free that day. We know how everybody's schedules are, so
we have a couple we got to defend our title at this year.
That is true. That is very, very true. Which ones are those? I know Excelsior we took second.
Sycamore we got to defend.
Sycamore you got to defend.
That one was supposed to be yesterday, actually, but they
I promise this year at Sycamore I will not get strep throat. I'm not playing at Falcon Lakes, so I won't get strep throat and be put in the hospital for that one.
That's
on
good.
Day 2. But yeah, I know. Especially, we got to go back to Excelsior. If Excelsior has that tournament, we got to go back.
That was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. That was a whole lot of fun. That's where Brandon blew up his driver. I think he needs redemption on that because he didn't. First hole just blew the back of that driver out.
That's not until like October.
Still, I mean, it's still something to look forward to, though. I mean, what else is there to look forward to in October? Football. And
I'm getting married in October.
That poor
hopefully it's
woman.
not the weekend of the 20th.
Are you sure? Are you able to get married? I'm pretty sure I saw your golf bag and your bouquet of drivers that you have in there. You're pretty sure that all of your money went to the drivers themselves. And
my anniversary's in October.
Nice. See? Wait, is it going to be the same? Are you guys going to have the same anniversary?
No,
they can celebrate on the same day.
What?
Different years.
Doesn't matter. You guys can both celebrate on the same day, though. Like have a double date anniversary dinner every year.
They're going to go to Peculiar Driving Range and have a nice little date night.
And the way that Matt spends his money on golf equipment, you're going to have Sonic every October.
I wouldn't make Brett drive 2 hours for that.
What day you get married on?
The 20th.
Oh, close.
Oh, almost.
16.
Still can't. So, Haley, if you're listening, you should coordinate with Brett's wife and have joint anniversaries dinners at the driving range.
We could go to Maryville.
You could go to
Maryville. We could have a good old Mozingo around and eat at the restaurant.
Italian food at that place up there we went to last year.
The one where I almost choked to death, and that's where we were told about Andy's mints. The story of Andy's
man,
that was epic. We'll have to have him on to explain that story at one point. But okay, yeah, that's kind of been what's going on. But we're going to lead into the second segment here, and this one's going to be kind of fun because I know everybody's got a lot of really good opinions on this one. And the USGA R&A proposed a rule that they are going to basically dumb down golf balls. And here's a brief explanation I got from Golf Channel. Props to Golf Channel for this because I don't know if I have the rights to it or not. But hey, I'm going to play it anyways. So give it a listen, and tell me what you guys think afterwards.
Proposal from the USGA and R&A proposing the model local rule requiring use of golf balls tested under modified launch to address hitting distance. Model local rule intended for use in elite competitions would be available starting in 2026. Conforming golf balls under this model local rule must not exceed overall distance standard limit 317 yards at 127 mile per hour clubhead speed.
So that's Matt's already on
trash.
Fart noises, trash, fart noises, and trash. So there you have it. They're talking. This rule will go in. It's still proposed. It's not set in stone, but they're proposing till 2026 for this to go into effect. And I don't like me personally. I don't know what to think because I'm not a big hitter. I'm not overly like.
Well, it's also not going to affect people outside of professional golf.
That's true, but it affects the viewership of golf because same thing with baseball. You look at baseball and nobody wants to see people bunt and place hit. They want to see guys hit home runs.
They want to see dingers.
I mean, you might as well just give guys range balls on the first tee box.
I mean, essentially what they're saying is that's what they're going to do. They're going to dumb down the golf balls, kind of like what they're talking about in baseball, that baseballs are juiced to increase the amount of home runs. They're going to do the same thing with golf.
I mean, I think Bubba said it best the other day when he was like, people, there's dudes throwing 7 touchdowns a game. Like when Steph Curry came out and he was making all those threes, they're cheering those guys on. Like one dude hits it 350 and everyone loses their mind. Like, I don't agree with it, but
why not just make the courses harder instead of figuring out how to shorten the golf ball?
I was talking
more
with,
technical than
I was
just
talking to
distance.
Tom about that on Wednesday. He was like, yeah, but all the old timers are like, that's not the way the course is supposed to be played. And I'm like, the game of golf is evolving. Why shouldn't golf courses too?
Money.
Not all golf courses have the resources to do that, though.
Yeah, but
okay, I tell you what,
think about PGA Tour courses. There's no way the PGA doesn't have money to do that.
They're not PGA Tour courses. They are just courses that the PGA Tour holds events at. There's a difference because the PGA is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, the PGA is making this money, but they're not putting it back into these golf courses. They're not saying, well, guys, we need to make this longer, the rough deeper, we need to make more sand traps, creeks, water, this and that. Here's $4 million, because we know the PGA is not exactly wanting to dish out money right now.
The PGA owns courses.
They do. They own the PGA network of courses, but there's other courses that aren't run by the PGA.
What I think is stupid is that now you got to go to all the ball manufacturers, which they're probably all the same. They just put a different cover on them, but they got to dump all this money into making basically 2 separate golf balls with the same name.
True, very true. I'll tell you what. Hold on, that leads me into I have more clips now that I have the soundboard. I can actually play clips. I remember vividly.
Hold on, Chris. I have one comment.
Sure.
If you ever spell Jack Nicklaus's name wrong again, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah, it was a rough day. Give me a break. And I usually lean on Google and Microsoft to correct my spelling, but in this instance it did not. But anyways, that's actually good because this next clip. Are you going to
apologize to Mr. Nicholas?
I mean, after you hear this next comment, you guys may not want to apologize to him. I pulled this clip because it took me a while to find it, but I remember watching in 2019. Nick Faldo asked Jack Nicklaus about this because Jack Nicklaus has been petitioning the USGA for a very, very, very long time to do something about this because of he's a very not only a successful golfer but successful course designer. So here we go. This is Jack Nicklaus's comments on the previously before they announced the rule.
Golf courses are really getting cut down to size. I mean, you've got a great design business, and you must be wondering where this is all going. We've now added the golf ball, with the technology of the golf club, and now the physical side. It is a completely different era we're now facing.
Well, I think like the USGA's got to wake up sooner or later. They can't. The R&A, they can't keep burying their head to this. I mean, they see it. They watch television. They see where these guys hit the golf ball, and it isn't about how far they hit it. Is that you just can't keep making golf courses longer. You just can't keep. You just don't have enough land. You don't have enough money to do it. And the golf ball is a very, very simple thing to fix. And I've been preaching about it for, good gracious, I've been preaching about it now for. What is it
30
now?
years.
43 years I first went to the USGA. Yeah. I mean, that's a long time to be saying, well, we're studying it. And, guys, stop studying. Do something, will you, please?
So there you go. There's the man himself with his comments on it.
Big old dumb.
I think he has a point. I don't think you can keep making golf courses longer. I mean, I understand you can make them harder. I understand you can make them more difficult. But you're talking about courses that they would have to shut that course down for the duration of the year so that they could tear it up, destroy everything, and relay it out. And that requires money and time, and that time takes away from making money on that course because a lot of them, they pretty much rely on, some of them rely on public play.
Well, my thing is, you look at Rory's one of the biggest hitters on tour, and, where did he finish at Sawgrass? He missed the cut. Justin Thomas said the other day, he was like, they're trying to create a solution to a problem that doesn't exist.
Right.
I have that clip too.
And JT goes, yeah, they're punishing dudes who are like, we're athletes now. Like golfers aren't just a bunch of dudes who are just playing golf. Like they're athletes.
Physical athletes.
They're working out. They're getting bigger,
you're
stronger.
Right.
The
game's evolving. The game's evolving, and that started with Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was kind of the first one to come out.
Started with Vijay Singh.
What's that?
Yeah, Vijay Singh too. Yeah,
Vijay Singh. Yeah, I mean, hold on. Since you brought up JT, here's his first comments that he had. He had an interview with I think it was Kira Knox, and this is what he had to say around it.
I was upset. I don't think it's a very good decision, but then again, I wasn't surprised too much either. It seems like the USGA has had some decisions or things in the past that, in my eyes, are a little self-centered or a little bit selfish in terms of thinking of the bigger picture. And I think that's the most important thing. I mean, this is a change that would be positively impacted for me. I mean, I feel like the ball rolling back my length would be even more of an advantage. Hitting the ball more solid and controlling your flight, distance, everything like that would, I think, give me more of an advantage. But it's about the game of golf. The fact that you and I can go play golf and we can use the exact same golf ball, that's pretty cool. And you can't really relate that in other sports. And to me, it's just trying to have a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. And it's upsetting, but, I'm hoping that I don't know if everybody feels the same way I do. I just know that from at least how I feel that not everybody is behind it, especially maybe the PGA of America or the PGA Tour. So if we find ourselves in an instance where the PGA Tour, say, doesn't adopt this local rule and say the PGA of America doesn't, so our two of the biggest 4 events of the year, we're going to have to use a different golf ball. Like, I don't understand how that's good for the game of golf, but maybe there's more to it I need to hear. I need to, get my knowledge up a little bit, but I'm not too thrilled about it.
So there you go. I mean, that's pretty much what you said, Matt. But I mean, he's got a point. I think they're coming up with a solution to something that's not a problem. I mean,
yeah, it'd be one thing if like Bryson, when he was on tour before he went to live, like Rory, even Tiger now, like. It'd be different if those guys were winning every single event. It's kind of the same thing when the USGA was literally just like changing rules because like Bryson has the arm lock putter and they were talking about banning it. They got rid of 48-inch shafts because Bryson started using one. Like it's like it'd be different if those guys were winning every single week, but those guys aren't. Like they're the top.
And now you got some of the guys that are not long. They're just average hitters. They're winning because they're short game or they're iron play or whatever. It's not just Scotty. Driving.
Like Scotty averaged was 290 off the tee box or something at Sawgrass, but like his irons and short game were incredible. Like,
yeah,
it's.
I mean, coming from somebody who's not a big hitter, I'm not a big hitter. To me, but what? Okay, think about that. If they do that, and it goes across the board where it affects not just the professionals, but it actually affects the amateur players too.
It won't.
So what?
It won't.
Well, I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm saying hypothetically.
Hypothetically, that will never happen.
How is that? I mean, if they say it comes down from the USGA governs a lot more than just.
Well,
if you're going to have a USGA handicap, USGA handicap, don't you have to confine to their?
Just in USGA sanctioned tournaments.
I mean,
APT's USGA sanctioned.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Huh?
I mean, if you're everyday play, I get
APT stuff's USGA sanctioned.
Is there
so
USGA
if it comes
rules
down,
official on site?
Technically,
yes, the chapter owner. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have to conform to that. You can only have so many golf clubs in your bag. You cannot have. Well, I mean, as of last year, I think this year they changed it, but you.
Yeah, but they can also make a local.
They
can also make local rules too. But no, that I don't think that'll ever happen. Just because there's so many golf balls out there, and all those golf ball companies aren't going to make two different balls for the everyday amateur player.
True. I mean, but then you look at what Justin Thomas is saying. If you look at it from a professional standpoint, if they go and play a bunch of tournaments with this golf ball, but then when they get to this tournament, they have to use a different golf ball. Do you think that's going to make them even more irritated? That they have to. Yeah,
but I don't. I mean, I'm speculating, obviously, but I don't think that they would necessarily do that. But they've done dumber things.
You'd think they'd have to do it across the board. Do it for one, do it for all.
Right.
I think because it's like basically you can't go more than 317 yards with a 127 club speed. So like is what they were saying, and it's just like I don't know. I feel like they're punishing those guys that have spent hours and hours in the gym on the range, like perfecting their ball striking, getting bigger and stronger
and faster,
try to get more length off the tee box, like.
And it's just not the PGA guys. I mean, you look at some of the guys that are on the Champions Tour.
Oh yeah, Eddie Fernandez. He was on the Champions Tour.
What's his freaking name? The guy the Ryder Cup captain.
Henrik
Patrick. No.
Oh yeah, Patrick Harrington's. He's in favor of it, and he's in favor of the golf ball rollback, but he's also he's a high speed guy too.
Mm-hmm. I know, but he's been working on his balls. Like he's been working on to get faster and everything. So, you wouldn't think that he would be in favor of that, but I mean, to me, if everybody's going to hit it around the same distance, then I think you're going to get more exciting shots, second shots and stuff like that into,
we'll find out. We'll find out come August. So
the other part of that's look at a lot of Tiger's career. Like he got himself into trouble hitting bombs, and some of the most exciting shots in golf history came from Tiger when he was in the
Bryson.
shit.
So did Bryson. You saw him. What was it?
Yeah, but Bryson
didn't
was
win
doing out of
80.
shit.
No. I'm never going to compare Bryson. To Tiger, ever.
He didn't win 82 times in 15 majors.
But the year after Bryson won the U.S. was it the U.S. Open at Firestone that he won?
Mm-hmm.
The year after that, he played at Augusta and that was when he was at the peak of that. He's the biggest hitter on tour, this and that. And. You watching that, he was all over the place. It's one thing to hit the ball 325 yards, whatever, but it's one thing to hit it that far, but you've got to be able to accurately hit it on the fairway or put it where you're trying to put it and not just haul off and whack the ball and then be like, oh shit, I got to hit out of the pine needles now.
Well, you also got to remember these guys aren't hitting driver off every par 5 and par 4 either.
No, not
so,
at all.
Me and Andrew played yesterday, and I was just trying to place shots most of the day. But earlier that morning, I went 140, 195, I think 140 club speed, 195 ball speed,
mm-hmm.
and it was I was maybe averaging 280, 290 off the tee box at Adams just because I was trying to place drives. But it was as a big hitter, the option to just rip one on long par 5s, watching Rory just rip one on an open par 5,
it's gorgeous.
It's magical.
I feel like it's gonna.
It may take away from that.
I think it's gonna take away from the excitement of if Rory pulls say Rory's up 3 shots with 2 holes to go, he pulls driver on a hole he necessarily shouldn't, and hits it 340 into the trees. If he's hitting at 317. That's all that's doing is putting him in a better position to win easy. But
and but also look at the example of Bryson DeChambeau. He's like sunshine from Remember the Titans. You can throw the ball a mile, but you can't pitch it 5 yards. And some of them you can hit that ball as far as you want with that driver, but it doesn't mean after that next shot doesn't mean you're going to be getting birdies constantly.
Rory struggled with his wedges a lot the last couple of years, but obviously comparatively,
But here I because I loaded it up. I've got another clip from JT. It was the second part of that interview, so I'm going to play it just because he says a couple things in there that I think is very relevant and very true. So
I think they missed the opportunity, to be honest. I don't think they should go backwards because it's, I said in my press conference, it's like anybody that plays golf at an amateur level, which is, call it 99% of the golfing world, nobody gets done and said, I'm hitting it so far and so straight that golf just isn't fun anymore. That's just not realistic. And I feel like golf is arguably the best place it's ever been. And we don't even have Tiger playing every week. And with him playing more, hopefully, I just don't see how it's not going to continue to get better. So I personally think they missed the boat of, back when the drivers got bigger and I don't know, maybe the Pro V1, that kind of era of when the golf ball went to another level. I'm all for it not going any further. But at the end of the day, we're really good. If you give us a softer ball, we're just going to change equipment. We're going to figure out a way to hit it just as far. If you give me a stick and a blueberry. Like, I'm going to figure out how I can hit it as far as I possibly can. And that's how we are. I mean, athletes are evolving in every single sport. So, why is it a bad thing that we are too?
There it is. That was the best comparison ever. If you give me a stick and a blueberry, I'm going to figure out how to hit it as far as I can.
It's all just adapt.
And he's right. He's absolutely right. I mean, I think he's right on the fact that you guys had your chance and you ruined it. Like, you should have done it at this point.
You can't backpedal.
Exactly. But he also does make a valid point of, okay, I'm all for if they just stop at the Pro V1. Like, if they stop at what they're at right now and say you can't make golf balls any farther.
I agree with that.
I mean, I think that's definitely a good middle ground, but at the same time,
all it is just compression, ball compression.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, how stupid would it be is if they told all of them you can't use any of these balls? Here's a noodle. You got to use this noodle now. It's an extra soft noodle.
How Matt launched a noodle into the woods yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just send to Jesus.
I will send you to Jesus. Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I think he makes a valid point. They missed the boat. I don't think it should be handed down. And he does, like I said, he brings up the amateur golfer thing. If it gets passed down to that as well, and in the unlikelihood that it gets passed down to them as well, are you really going to be mad that you're hitting the ball 350 yards and straight, and say, oh, this sucks, I'm going to go play tennis?
Sometimes it does suck to hit that far in that straight.
I would never know. So
the only time I hit it that far in that straight is when I'm screwing around and trying to hit, bet you I can hit this ball on the highway. You hit it from the tee box.
Matt,
it's like
speaking of the highway,
best drive you ever had in your life.
Speaking of the highway, Matt nailed a van at the drive range yesterday.
So
at Adams
allegedly it hit a van. So you know how it has that little off-road?
Did the van have windows?
Yes. The windows didn't break.
There's a minivan.
So at Adams, there's the net at the back of the range, and there's that little side road.
I've never
there.
hit the net, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
So the road's right behind it, and I hit a driver, and I was like, oh, that was kind of nice. And it was tracking this van that was just booking it, and I was like, oh, please. I was like, slow down, man.
The van goes by.
It drops.
Gets hit by a golf ball. The next thing you see is it goes near the tree line, and then a big cloud of smoke comes up. And Matt starts scuttling to his truck.
It came down right where the van was, and there was just a big thump, and we were like, I was like, oh, shit.
Maybe we don't bust out the long drive shit on a...
That was my normal driver.
Maybe we don't do that.
Is that a paradigm for you?
Yeah, paradigm.
I hit that new paradigm out at Peculiar, and it was good. Mm-hmm. It was very, very good. But again, I was using a dumbed down golf ball, so it was probably going a lot farther. Because I'm a big hitter.
Oh, yeah.
Big stick here.
I might as well just have Peculiar donate all their range balls to the PGA.
That's what I think. Okay, but going back to that, here's a question that I actually just thought of is so who do you think's behind all this? Do you think it's players on tour that can't hit that far? Or do you think it's golf course owners? No. But somebody's got to be pushing USGA and R&A. Is it the golf Is it the golf courses?
I think it's
that are bad that people are out driving it.
I think it's all the old heads in the sport. Just
what do you mean, like the old heads though?
The ones that don't want to see change,
like the Jack Nicklaus era type guys.
But they're not playing in. They're not playing in the.
Yeah, but why do they?
I don't think they.
They're on the Champions Tour and not playing golf anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they want to see golf change the way it is changing.
I think it's Phil Mickelson.
That's a very valid point.
There's so many. Think about all the guys that are like,
or Greg
I don't
Norman.
think it'd be Phil.
It's Greg Norman.
It's not Phil. Phil was pissed when they took away his 48-inch driver.
Yeah, it was the shark. I don't know. It kind of made me think. It's like who's behind this? Who would be pushing for this?
See, they've been wanting to figure out a solution to this for like Jack said, for
years,
40-some years.
Think about that. Jack Nicklaus was pushing this for. He said, what are you saying? Like 43 years he's been pushing this.
Yeah.
43 years ago, did they have anything near this technology? I mean, he was still using actual woods.
Yeah, but the golf ball was a lot softer.
Well, that's another thing they were talking about was basically making all the pros use persimmons. Basically, like make it like baseball.
That would be stupid.
Or like professionals have to use woods.
Absolutely.
I thought it was stupid.
Yep, and they would be destroying clubs every swing.
I mean, they could go back to the whole situation of like, when people say, "Oh, you got a tour issued head" or whatever. Why not just make drivers for tour players only?
That's a good idea.
I mean, they come out with a driver every 6 months anyway. Yeah. So what would be the difference?
Yeah, because
if they're sponsored by TaylorMade, they do.
The tour issue stuff is significantly better.
Yeah,
some
tour
stuff.
Issue things.
Some stuff, but there's a lot of
driver heads. Tour issue driver heads are way. But
there's a lot of stuff in golf where you can go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Edwin Watts and get the stuff off the shelf that Justin Thomas is using or Jordan Spieth or Scotty Scheffler.
Well, that's kind of what the clip led to is Justin Thomas says it's pretty cool that you can go and buy and we'll just say the same golf ball. You can buy the same golf ball that Justin Thomas is using, and it's that little bit that it makes you feel like you're, a pro.
Well, you're
playing with his golf ball.
I think the only other sport I can think of comparatively is like the NFL. Like but that's like such a small percentage of like high performance football players. Like football players can go get the same helmet, they can use the same football. Like
I will argue hockey, because I know for a fact that you can go and buy, like let's just take like Sidney Crosby for example. You can go to a hockey store and you can buy the same stick that Sidney Crosby uses with his exact same curve, his exact same flex. All that. Right. So like hockey has that. You can buy the exact same thing they use.
I mean,
I know. I'm just saying as an example.
It's the same way. The same way with baseball. Mm-hmm. I can go to Dick's and buy the same, weight and size bat that,
exactly.
Trey Turner is swinging.
You can go to Louisville Slugger in Kentucky and get it specifically made.
Right.
I've been there, and it's kind of cool watching them make them. They do. I will say though, you can go to Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever and buy their exact bat. When you go down to the Louisville Slugger factory and watch, they actually have two separate areas. One is for professional grade, where they do like hand. It's like a hand lathe. It's not a hand lathe. It's actually computer operated lathe. And then if you look at the ones they make for like Dick's Sporting Goods or mass production, it's literally a blade with a bat cut out, and it just goes like that, and it just throws out that bat. It just spits it out so fast. And
you can go
but you can still get the exact same, like Brett's saying, you can still get the exact same measurements, the exact same weight. You can get their signature, burned into the bat. I mean, I don't understand why you can't do the same thing with golf. And there's only a handful of people out there that are going to
get a shaft fade at the same specs you want.
Exactly. Ooh, shameless plug. But that was, it's nearly here. I think with this discussion, it's one of those deals where you're either it's one side or the other. I mean, I don't know if you could be in between with it. I mean, I don't really care. I can't hit the ball a mile. I more or less, I like when it comes to watching professionals play golf, I think it's more impressive watching them shape shots and read putts and things like that. And, for a guy like me who can't put, a tremendous amount of spin on the ball, watching a guy from 150 yards out put one on the back of a green and spin it 30 feet down the green is pretty impressive to me. Or just watching him, chip it up and watch it just come to a stop. Just hit the green and stop.
Also, it kind of made me think of long drive, because last year they went to the Bridgestone ball, the E9. It's the E9 long drive ball, like at Worlds, because they had been using the Top Flight bomb all year, and it's actually
they were using the Top Flight. I thought they were using the Vulcan. Or the Volvic.
That was gone a while ago. That was like 2018, I think. But the Top Flight bomb we were using all year, and then at Worlds they changed it to the Bridgestone ball, which is a lower compression, so it was a little bit slower than the Top Flight was as far as ball speed, but it was a lot more like stable of a ball.
Yeah, but like I said,
it's a lot easier to hit them straighter.
Are they still using that ball this year?
Yep.
You get a sponsorship. You get a sponsorship like Bridgestone. You don't.
I saw where you can buy those by the dozen now.
Yeah, they just released them last week, I think.
Will you get your hand off your face?
Stroking his beard. I mean,
Goodness
Bad enough, he
gracious.
looks like an old man. He looks like an old prospector. Just got
No,
done out in the field.
How much gold did you get, John B? Bring him home, John B.
All right. Well, that actually it's kind of cool because it leads into the next segment, and I'm kind of excited for this. I want it to really take off and be something cool. But we're calling this one From the Gallery, and basically what it's going to be is it's going to be a segment of the show where we take questions or anything from social media that anybody uses, hashtag From the Gallery in our Facebook, Twitter. I think Facebook and Twitter are pretty much going to be the primary two places. But
do we have an Instagram?
We don't have an Instagram.
Oh,
I don't know. We're not.
I could start
yet.
that. I could start an Instagram.
Make sure it's at Saving Par Show.
What was that? At Saving Par Show?
At Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show.
Yeah.
Andrew,
but if
you
you
at Saving Par Show.
I got it.
At Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show. Do not listen to the old prospector sitting there stroking his beard. It is at Saving Par Show.
So at Billy Bogies all day. Got it.
If you want to get a hold of Andrew, it's at Triple Bogies for Life.
Exactly.
That's his.
Exactly.
But anyway, tag us with hashtag From the Gallery with your questions, and we're going to try and take questions in the forms of like if you could, or would you, or what would you do, kind of things, to where kind of like one answer and a discussion can follow. Any question really, golf related specifically, but if it's outside of golf relation, that's fine too. We'll work around it. And if
I want to see Matt with a shaved face, we could do that.
If we reach 1,000 followers, will you do it?
I'll do it.
No,
1,000 followers.
Matt, do it. We're gonna watch you do it on camera.
Matt, hold on.
Live stream it.
If we get on our Facebook group at Saving Par Show on Facebook, we get 1,000 followers, you'll shave your beard.
I'm about it.
You heard it here first.
It is now officially marked as a
clip. Might make me do it before I get to there, but I'll try and hang on.
At Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show.
At the Saving Par Show.
But if we
choose
your question or we choose your hashtag From the Gallery, there may be a nice prize, whether it be a sleeve of golf balls or a koozie. We have koozies. Or we get
at Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show. Maybe we get you on the show and get your answer to the question that you submitted. But since we're just starting it, this is one that I found. This is one that I found on what's that?
What show is it?
Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show. Okay.
At Saving Par Show.
This is From the Gallery.
From the Gallery. At Saving Par Show. Hashtag From the Gallery.
Me too.
Hashtag.
Hashtag at Saving Par Show.
So anyway, given the discussion we just had about the USGA and the R&A rules, if you had the ability to do it, change one rule. You can only change one rule in golf. What would that rule be? I'm going to stop and say Brett has already requested he be the first one to answer. We will go with Brett first. Brett, give us your one rule that you would change.
Well, first of all, this is at Saving Par Show, and I would change if your ball lands in a divot in the fairway, you get to move it.
You suck. That was mine. You stole it. You stole it.
I knew.
Yes, everybody's.
Yes, change that rule. Straight up, change that rule. I feel like you should not be punished.
Right.
You should not be punished that you hit one on the fairway in some guy's divot that he didn't fix, and or he took a giant freaking scalp of a divot and it's like, a foot and a half long and you got to hit out of that. I don't think you should be punished.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So if that rule were to change, what would you make the rule?
Just the back of the divot, no closer to the hole, just back of the divot.
So you wouldn't say scorecard length, left, right, back?
No. You just take it to the back of the divot, closest, best piece of grass you can find.
That is like, see, you stole. Now I got to come up with.
That's why I wanted to go first, because I knew all you jokers were gonna.
And I know it's not in the rule book, but mine was going to be, there has to be at least more than 2 cart girls on the course at all times.
That's
front
stupid.
9, back 9, because I'm tired of. I know that's not even a rule. I just made that up on the spot. But let's move on.
Let's cut that out of at Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show, you can catch it at Saving Par Show. If you're a cart girl, you can also catch that at Saving Par Show. Hashtag gallery. Matt, we're gonna go to you. Matt, if you could change one rule in golf, what would that be?
I want to bring back 48-inch drivers.
I actually thought about that one, but that wasn't my answer.
I think you should be able to play with at any course with beard and jean shorts, preferably cut off short jean shorts.
With long socks.
Long socks, tall socks, only tall socks. And if I have to not wear tall socks, it's embarrassing because I have really bad tan lines.
We're sorry, man. We're sorry. At Saving Par Show.
At Par Saving Show. Hopefully I can make a part of today's show. Trying to think. I had a really good one. Now I forgot it. Come back to me, Chris.
Andrew.
If you know you hit your ball in the fairway and it's gone, like for instance, yesterday Matt and I were out there and we saw it bounce in the fairway over the sand trap, every bit of 300 yards plus. Saw it land in there, and of course there were a couple guys ahead of us that we didn't see, but we get up there and it's not in the fairway, it's not on the road. We searched for every bit of 10 minutes?
Yeah,
longer than we should have.
No way that ball was anywhere.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
It is, but we're not tournament.
Yeah,
so
there's no way that ball was anywhere other than in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah. So if you can't find it like that instance and you know it hit, drop it where it kind of last cross your point of vision. Just free relief type. Because, I mean, you got kids out there that see a ball, don't see anybody around, so they just go and pick it up.
I don't know.
But that's not, I mean, that's not going to happen in a tournament.
It
has happened. I will say in APTs it has happened.
It happened to me at Kinderhook last year.
Well, shoot somebody.
We were, off subject. We were at Hillcrest. Have you guys played Hillcrest before?
Mm-hmm.
Out in Kansas City. It's right off there off Bannister. This was a while ago, but a buddy of mine hits right in the middle of the fairway. He had a really good drive. This kid runs out of the woods, out of nowhere, runs across the fairway, picks up his golf ball, and sprints off. Just took off. Like
Did he have a ghillie suit on?
No, it was just some kid in street clothes came sprinting across the fairway, grabbed his ball, and ran off. Like we couldn't get to our cart in time.
You couldn't even been mad if he had like a ghillie suit on or like camo on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if he did, or if he was dressed up like a giant raccoon, I would have been okay with that. Like he scuttled out there, like dressed up like a raccoon, and just like looked at you real quick, winked, grabs the golf ball, and runs off. I would have been good with that one.
So mine relates only to the PGA and like professional golf.
Okay.
I would allow them rangefinders.
I'm pretty sure that's coming though, isn't it?
Well, you can do it in the USGA events.
You can use it in the USGA?
Even on the PGA Tour?
Yeah,
PGA Tour, I think there's select events that you can. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe
they came out some last year for it.
Wasn't it the U.S. Open?
Just all the time.
What's that?
Wasn't it the U.S. Open or PGA?
I think the U.S. Open you can.
Yeah.
Because people were saying they were just going to slow it down and all that stuff.
But I think what Matt is saying across the board, like you should be able to.
You're not going to have to sit there and watch golf for 7 hours.
Right. But that's where they make their money, though, man.
Which honestly, like I don't mind it, but like, there's people
the common
don't
fan
like golf because how long it takes. But like, I also think of the same. Like those guys, look at how fucking precise those dudes are with a book that tells them yardages from certain spots. Not even like from everywhere, just certain spots like on holes. Like those dudes are accurate like within a yard. Like it's not going to change much of anything on the tour. If anything, it's going to make things go a little bit faster because literally all they have to do is get to the ball, shoot their distance. All right, that's what we're hitting it.
It might get rid of yardage books.
But do you think that'll make guys lazy though?
No, it's going to be their caddy doing it mostly, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because all it's going to do is
out like days before and scout out the course and all that.
Yeah, which they're still going to be doing that because they need to.
Well, they'll still have a notepad just to make little notes here and there, but
right,
they won't be looking at it for 3 or 4 minutes before a shot.
When you think about dudes that like hooks one like 3 fairways over, like they can just walk over to that ball, shoot a number instead of having to sit there for, take their entire 5 minutes just to hit a ball. Like I think it would be good for the game.
I kind of got another one that might be a little controversial, or however you say that word.
Well, I mean, mine's pretty. Since Brett took mine's pretty pathetic because I was like, okay, well, then I should be allowed to put I should be allowed to put like 20 clubs in my bag. The limiting on clubs.
Yeah,
I think you should be able to add. I mean, I don't think you should be able to have more than one driver, one more big.
You don't
driver.
need 6
You could
drivers.
have a fairway wood. You could have a 5 wood. You could have a hybrid. But I think you should be able to have more wedges, or you should be able to have a 3 through pitching wedge, and then have 3 wedges, a putter, driver.
Especially.
To 20. I don't think you should be. What is it limited to?
What,
14.
Chris? Okay, serious question. Serious question here, Chris. I'm not trying to pick on you, or you can kind of get in on this too, Andrew.
No, I get picked on all the time.
You guys are higher handicap.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you use a 3-iron?
Actually, I
don't own a
use
3-iron. I use a 4.
I was just saying as an example because
So, Chris, but
I like having my 48-degree wedge. I like having my 48.
Okay, then take the 3-iron now.
What's that?
Remember when we went to the Troons and they told everyone you can bring an extra club or 2 for like a rock club?
Yeah.
I think for amateur golf, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
I think so, but I don't think it should be like excessive. I take that back. I said 20, but that's stupid. I think like 15, 16 should be the number. I don't think 14 should be the number. I think you should be allowed to have at least you could have 16 in there if you wanted to. Because personally, I like having my 48, I have my 56, and I have my 60, but I also like having a 52. So, I mean, just because I suck at chipping. So
you can run 4 wedges.
I've got 4 wedges.
I really, honestly, I don't have any other like rules that I would change. I mean, I know
bring 48-inch drivers back,
but Brett has one. What's your
I got 2. First one is shot clock. You need a shot clock. You need a shot clock in golf, and it be enforced.
I know. I get really sick and tired. I get really sick and tired of giving my friends fireball shots, and they just sit in their cart. I think you should be on the clock. If I give you a shot, you should have to take that shot within 30 seconds of me giving you that shot.
I mean, they played the shot clock Masters on the European Tour.
I don't think Brett caught that.
I got it, but I wasn't listening to you. But they played the shot. They played the shot clock Masters on the European Tour, and everybody was, "Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck." And then after they got the tournament done, they got rave reviews from all the players. So I think that needs.
I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
No.
And then the second one is, if your ball lands on the cart path, you get no relief.
Play it as it lies. Play it
on the cart path.
If your ball is sitting on the cart path and your stance allows you to stand on the cart path with the ball, you don't get to move it.
I disagree. I agree with if your ball lands to where you have to have like 1 foot on the cart path, you should not get relief. If you can safely hit it, but like one of your feet are on the cart path, you shouldn't get relief for that. But like if your ball is sitting on the cart path, I mean, as a player who, I don't have a shitload of money to spend on golf clubs, I'm not destroying my wedge just because it's on the cart path. I'd rather take the penalty and just move it.
Pick it clean.
What?
That's what there's a.
Not happening.
For amateur golf, there's a.
Taking a divot out of this summer.
I just got the P790s in there and not touching concrete.
I think it was Fat Chops on TikTok. He was like, he has a rule. It's one of those, what's a rule you do with your buddies? There's the I'm not sponsored rule. It's like, if you're in a route or in rocks or whatever, like, he's like, I'm not going to destroy my golf club just for like a weekend round of golf.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
100%
agree. That, totally.
And a tournament, I'm with you.
I had to play it on Frankenstein's fat foot.
I think in tournaments that's fair.
Yeah. So, but I kind of agree with you, Brett, but I don't agree. So, like, you can't play off the cart path, but if your stance is on the cart path, but you can safely hit that ball out of the rough, but like your foot is on the cart path, or you have to stand on the cart path, I don't think you should get relief for that. But if it's on the cart path itself, you should get relief. Absolutely.
Do you get hella
I
spin
like
off
Chris's
concrete?
version.
What concrete are you hitting off of the hella spin on?
Just saying, you get hella spin when you
Asphalt,
get,
like that cushiony asphalt that runners run on, because they
Gotta use
can't
the bounce.
remember. Runners can't run on the sidewalk; they have to run in the street because it's better for their feet.
you get
That's
hella
a
spin
different-
off the cart path. I'm just saying.
I don't try that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know what running is.
Andrew usually hits about 6 inches behind the ball, so
Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm screwed either way.
and his club would be bouncing over the ball.
Yeah.
Shit
But
happens.
no, I don't know. That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad call, but like, I don't know. The shot clock though, that would be. If you do the shot clock, are you talking like just pros? You're talking just pros, right?
Yeah, just pros.
Just pros, because there's no way you could enforce that.
No.
There's no way you can enforce that on amateur golf.
I wish you
I
could,
do-
because
I
I
do
played
feel
with some
like-
guys that have been slow, so I wish you could.
Yeah, me and Andrew have been on the green on a par 5. We were on the green, putted out, sitting in the cart, waiting for the third guy in our group to hit his second shot in the fairway.
Well, that's just poor etiquette.
True.
You should play faster.
Yeah.
Suck faster.
Speaking of etiquette, it's not really a rule, but like an etiquette wise, if the group in front of you is playing slow and refuses you to let you play through, I should be able to at least drive into them twice to get a point across.
What do you mean? You don't do that already?
Well, I can't hit that far, so no.
Matt, remember when my brother
already
hit
discussed this.
hit that green on the par 4 at
Yeah, dude.
Sycamore?
We drove into a group in front of us at a scramble at Sycamore. I think Brett hit into him 3 times, and every time they teed the ball up in the middle of the fairway.
No,
They
what about
teed
the one
ball
that?
up in the middle of the
No, remember the
fairway?
one that when he drove it on the green and we thought he blocked it like way right,
Oh yeah,
and
and
we're
it
all
was
like,
just like teed up. They teed it up. They put it on a tee on the green, like
Yeah.
where it was next to the hole.
because we all thought he hit it like way right, and we're all looking right, and they're like, "Did you guys hit a drive up here?" We're like, "Yeah, but it went right," and they're like, "No, it's like 5 feet from the hole." And we're like, "Ooh, not bad."
Suck faster.
Yeah.
Suck.
That's-
Hold on. Say that again, Matt.
Suck faster.
That's what she said.
I've got them all, man. I've got them all. Sorry, I was just waiting to bust that one out. That was awesome.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
You need to get one
at
that.
Saving Par Show hashtag.
Yeah, you need to get that.
From
You
the
need to
gallery.
get that on there at Saving
Hashtag.
Par Show. You need to get that.
At Saving Par Show. After we're done with this, I'll go ahead and clip it because there's a couple things. There's a couple of them I got to get. Like I play Fortnite with. Shameless plug. Play Fortnite with a buddy of mine, and every time you hear the reboot van, he goes, "Oh, he rebooting," and I want that because it's just freaking hilarious every time he says it. But
I don't even know what that means, you geek.
it's nerd talk. Don't worry about it.
More of an Apex guy myself.
I know.
Back to
But
golf.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know. I'm in 100% agreement with Brett. That divot rule needs to change because I am sick and tired of hitting out of
I always
divots.
remember
Especially
Tiger
when people
at
don't
St.
repair the
Andrews.
divots with
First
sand or
hole.
anything like that. And
What's that?
First hole Tiger at St. Andrews this year. He hit his drive right in the middle of the fairway into a divot, and I think he did hit it in the water.
Ooh!
Yeah.
I got another one.
Go for it.
Mud ball rule.
Oh yes, you can
Mud ball.
clean the mud
Mud
off your
ball.
ball.
Like a lift, clean, replace.
Nope. Just
Yep,
well, if there is no lift cleaning place, and you get it, and it's muddy,
and it's a mud ball.
and you get
Yeah.
mud ball, you should be able to clean it.
I agree with that. I like that. That's good. I mean, okay. Well, what do you think about
It
this?
does. I
If
think
you-
on the
if you-
tour that that kind of because I remember Jordan Spieth pulled out from like 170 because there's a mud on the left side of his ball, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going to aim at the right side of the green and let the mud take it," and he holes out. It's like to a certain extent, I think if it's muddy and you get a mud ball, you should be able to clean that.
Yeah.
Okay,
If there's no lift cleaning place.
yeah,
On that same subject, what do you think about this? You go to a course and you're playing really well, and you have a fairway that doesn't drain, and you hit your ball into pretty much just like a swampy mess.
It's casual water,
Standing water, swampy mess.
Standing
be
water,
able to
you standing water, you should get relief anyway.
that's technically
it's
ground
cat-
on repair.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the casual water rule.
Yeah.
Ground under repair is technically marked, though.
Yeah.
But if you're
Well,
in standing water,
yeah.
it counts as casual water. You get
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about you should have to hit it out of the standing water.
No,
Oh.
fuck that.
No,
I
I'm
was
good.
kidding.
No, really?
I was-
Or screw that. Sorry. Excuse my language. That's Saving Part Show.
That don't matter. At Saving Par Show, hashtag Brett Cusp. But yeah, that was, I don't know. I think the top rule that needs to be changed is the divot rule. I hate that. I absolutely hate that because I've been bitten by
make
it so
caddies
many
carry
different times.
sand.
Make caddy.
But
Here's the deal,
it still don't matter. If
No,
I'm in a
it's
divot
more-
that's
it's-
actually
it's not-
standard,
okay.
I'm still going to be pissed.
It's not-
Or if I'm in a
it's-
divot that somebody just replaced and stomped on, I'm still going to be pissed.
Well, yeah, most caddies, if you watch the PGA Tour, most caddies, whenever they take a giant divot, they will go get the hairpiece that they picked out and put it back.
Yeah.
You know,
And there's usually little
Fairway
little,
toupee.
There's usually
Yeah.
little volunteers like they usually have like
a
kids.
kid that'll run out on the middle of the fairway, grab your ball, and run off dressed like a raccoon.
Fat boy.
No, they usually have like people following with like sand and stuff to do that.
Divot boys.
Yeah, but okay, but the rule that I'm saying is more for when you play amateur tour events or you're playing.
Nobody cares about amateur golf. I'm just saying the rules. They don't care about amateur. They care about the pros.
I get it, but I'm
Unfortunately.
saying as an amateur player, having to hit out of somebody's divot, and then you get into like a tournament play, and you got that one try hard that's like, no, you got to play it like that. You got to play it like that because it's going to help him out.
That's
And
what
it's
me
like
and-
you shouldn't have
me
to
and-
do
You
that.
guys don't. So on the APT,
Me and Andrew were
you
talking
guys
about
play
it.
it down everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, unless it's wet.
Unless-
Unless it's wet, you get lift, clean, replace.
in
And
your own fairway.
I'm pretty sure that I've never played an event where they said you've had to hit it out of the bunker as it sits. All of them have been rake and replace.
What?
It's always raking
Yep.
place in the bunker.
Always rake and place.
Get that out of here.
That's kind of what I think. I
Clip
mean,
that.
most-
I mean,
Clip
I
that.
never-
Get that out of here. Clip that.
I never rake in place anyway because I was like, how many times are you in the bunker and it's actually a shitty
Right.
like, especially in Kansas City, the bunkers are so hard.
It may. I mean, if you get it, that's your advantage. That's an advantage. Play the rule as it is. I mean, I'm telling
if
you
they're
right now, if I hit a fried egg in there and I get the chance to rake and replace, I'll just do
Oh yeah,
it.
that's the only time I ever
Absolutely,
do.
100%. Or if you're playing in a course that doesn't manage
Maintain.
their bunkers,
Yeah.
they don't rake their bunkers, and it just got done raining 2 days ago, and it's like a giant thing of concrete. Yeah,
It's like
use it to your
chambers.
advantage. But like you get places like Creekmore, or you get places like any place with nice white sand.
Falcons
You
got
really
some
don't
nice
have
bunkers.
you don't have to rake and replace that because that sand is so nice to hit out. Remember when we were in was it Troon or was it Scottsdale where that freaking sand was like pristine.
There's
Like hitting
both.
out of it was so easy. It
Both.
was so nice.
I mean, if they're giving you freaking rake and replacing bunkers, why aren't they letting you get it out of a divot in a fairway?
Exactly. That's what
very
I don't
good
get.
point.
Because they're
Good God.
also giving you lift, clean, replace within a scorecard's length.
Scorecard.
That's
Good
yeah.
God.
You get a scorecard's length and
Hash-
lift, clean, replace.
Hashtag pro players.
Hashtag yeah. That's exactly right.
But play it out of a divot, goddammit.
But you got to play out of a divot. But the
Come
thing
on,
is
John
like,
B.
if you got, I tell you what, if you got into a group of people and that group said you shouldn't have to play out of that divot, that's fine. But you always get that one guy that's like, no, you got to play it. You got to play it like that. You got to play it like that.
That's what most groups
You know.
I've had on the APT are like. If something like what me and Andrew were talking about yesterday when my ball just disappeared. Like, remember that year we played Creekmore and, like, you lost balls in the middle of the rough, like, just off the fairway?
Couldn't find it. It was so thick.
We were literally, like, in my
That's what
group
she said.
that year, they were
That's
like,
what she said.
we were like, my whole group was like, we all watched that land right here. Like, that ball's not lost. Like, just drop one right there. You're
Yep.
good.
Or remember when we
Like-
were playing? Remember when we played Stone Canyon and I was like tied for second.
Oh, yeah, and that
We were
dude took
coming
your
up
ball.
on. Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. Like they cleared. I hit it. I always hit it on this par 5. I forget what hole it is. It's let's see, 10,
Is it 15?
11,
I think it's 12.
no, 12, 13. It's 13.
Yep. 13.
So on 13, I always hit it in front of that bunker because I have that terrible slice. I always hit it in front of that bunker. They cleared out. The group in front of us cleared out. I hit it there. And then Brandon steps up to the tee, and I say, oh, they're coming back. They came back, went right to my ball, hit it. We got to the next hole, and I asked the guy to see his ball. He had taken a Sharpie over my ball marks. and I could see because he didn't use a very good Sharpie,
That's
and I could
smart.
see right through it. I'm like, that was my ball. He goes, no, I'm playing TP5s too. I go, no, you're not. That's my ball. I can see the marks. Nobody did anything about it. Turned them in. Nobody did anything. So, I mean,
Yeah, that was rude.
I was on tilt the entire tournament. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Because I had to now take a drop and a stroke penalty on that hole because I couldn't find my ball. So, that pissed me off so bad.
Hashtag from the
Still mad
gallery.
about that. So, yeah.
Chris is getting angry with me.
Yeah, it's bringing up pent up memories.
Emotional damage.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're coming up on the hour, but this has been a great discussion. I'm really glad we all got together again for episode 2. So if you're listening, make sure to check us out on Twitter at Saving Par Show.
At Saving Par Show.
Special show coming up next week.
Facebook at Saving Par Show. YouTube.com/at Saving Par Show.
/
TikTok at Saving Par Show. Coming soon. Instagram at Saving Par Show. Also use hashtag from the gallery. Give us your questions. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Spotify Podcasts. You can find us on Google Podcasts. You can find us on Amazon Podcasts. Anywhere you find your podcast, you can find us. Next week, we are going to be Friday. We're going to be on location. We're going to be doing a recording from Kirksville, Missouri, from Columbia, Missouri, after our first tournament at Kirksville. And so we'll give a rundown on that. We may have a guest or two on that one. We may even call Brett up or Andrew up and see what's going on. And hopefully they follow us on the app and then razz the crap out of us after we get done with our rounds.
Oh, for sure.
What app is this?
The APT app.
Oh,
hashtag.
okay.
Hashtag.
Oh, hashtag.
They do
But,
live scoring,
yeah.
so you can check the
They do
leaderboard
live
as they go.
scoring.
Oh,
They do.
Watch me
Now
start
you're gonna
off
do Chris.
real strong and then shit it
Fizzle
off
out.
down the stretch.
They call me Captain Fizzle. I'll
I'm
start
gonna
off
hit
strong.
driver on
and
every
then
hole. So,
First tournament with the P790s, going out to Longview on Saturday. We got a tee time at Longview. Mr. Kyle Mayer set it up, so we're going to go play good old Fred Arbanis and see how those irons do on the outside and not on a fake driving range.
You'll like
map.
them. I had
Haley's
one of the
working all
shots.
weekend, so
Was it hole number 1? I hit that nice little 4-iron shot. It sounded real crispy.
beautiful slice.
And for the angle out there, I didn't have an angle just to go right at the pin, and I just put it right on the right side of the green, just beautiful.
Yeah, so I fixed his alignment a little bit, and he was hitting the
It's
ball
all
there.
in the hips. All I'm seeing is you guys. He's like
hitting it
holding
the
your
best
hips,
I've ever
just
seen him
swaying
hit
you
it.
back and forth.
We didn't do that.
Getting intimate at Adam's Point.
I think it's about time for me to get on the golf course this year.
Well, come on.
Oh yeah,
Matt and I've already started. You're behind on times.
we should set up something at
You're
Falcon
about
Lakes
3 months
because
behind there.
we
fellas.
should set up something at Falcon Lakes because I can't say anything. I'm not going to give out too many details, but we got something really cool coming up. So we may all need to meet up at Falcon Lakes.
We got to play there
perhaps.
before the tournament anyway.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
we do.
Hey, that's another rule we need to change. You should be able to play a course before the tournament, and
On
not
the
be
same
made fun
day.
of on the same day.
The same
not be
day you
made
should
fun
be
of.
able to play the course
All right, guys,
and then
that's-
play it again.
Listen to Matt. Hashtag. But we are good. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you guys again for being here, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Peace. Hashtag.
Hashtag at Saving Par Show.